The numbers. They flash across the screen, seared into your retinas, matching the crumpled ticket clutched in your trembling hand. $1,000,000. Or pounds or euros, the currency doesn't matter. It's the number. The one followed by all those beautiful, life-altering zeros. The world tilts. Breath catches. Oh, the sheer, unadulterated bliss of that fantasy. The stunned silence. No more pointless meetings or demanding clients or mind-numbing tasks. Freedom. Absolute, intoxicating freedom. You imagine the first few weeks. Sleeping in. Traveling on a whim. Pursuing those hobbies you never had time for. Reading actual books, not just emails. Maybe you'd learn a language, pick up an instrument, finally write that novel. The possibilities stretch out, golden and endless. The shackles are off. But then the dust settles. The initial euphoria begins to fade, like the fizz from champagne left out too long. $1,000,000. It's a significant sum, no doubt. A life raft. But is it truly a lifetime vessel? In today's world? You do the math. After taxes, after that initial celebratory splurge, after setting some aside for a sensible investment, what remains? Enough to live comfortably for how long? 5 years? 10? 20 if you're frugal? And what does frugal mean when you've just tasted the elixir of not having to be? The structure of your days, once a resented cage, now feels like a missing scaffold. What do you do all day? The novelty of leisure can wear thin. The friends you made at work, they're still there, living their lives, sharing jokes you're no longer privy to, complaining about the very things you escaped. You feel a pang, a sense of disconnection. So what do? Becomes the dreaded question at social gatherings. Before, the answer was easy, a label, a definition. I'm an accountant. I'm a teacher. I work in marketing. Now, I won some money. The reactions vary. A flicker of envy. A touch of suspicion. Awkward silence. You become the one who won the lottery. An anecdote rather than a peer. The purpose. That subtle, often unacknowledged sense of contribution that even a frustrating job can provide. The feeling of solving a problem, completing a task, being part of something larger, however mundane. It's gone. Replaced by what? The pursuit of personal pleasure is fulfilling for a time. But human beings are wired for more than just consumption. We crave creation, contribution, meaning. What if the job, for all its flaws, provided more than just a paycheck? What if it provided routine? A reason to get out of bed? Challenges that, however annoying, kept your mind sharp? A social sphere? An identity? The $1,000,000 sits in the bank. A safety net, yes, but also a silent pressure. Are you using it wisely? Are you making the most of this incredible opportunity? The freedom, once liberating, can start to feel like a burden. The paralysis of infinite choice. Should you invest? Start a business? Give it all to charity? Travel the world until it runs out? Each path fraught with its own anxieties. And what if? What if $1,000,000 isn't enough to insulate you from the world's problems, but just enough to isolate you from your old life? Enough to change your relationships, to make you question motives, to feel like an outsider in your own skin? Perhaps you wouldn't quit immediately. Maybe you'd take a long sabbatical. Try a different, less demanding role. Part-time. Something you're passionate about, even if it pays little. The money buys you options, buys you time. But the fundamental question remains. Without the necessity to work, what defines your days? What defines you? The colleagues you secretly disliked, the boss who drove you mad, their absence creates a vacuum. And nature, as they say, abhors a vacuum. What rushes in to fill it? Meaningful pursuits? Or a slow, creeping aimlessness, a sense of drifting? The dream of quitting is potent because it's often a dream of escaping something negative. But what are you escaping to? And is that destination truly as idyllic as it appears from the confines of a disliked job? The lottery win doesn't just give you money. It hands you a profound existential question wrapped in a bow of financial freedom. It forces you to confront what truly matters when the daily grind is stripped away. And the answer might be more terrifying than any Monday morning. It might reveal that the job, the routine, the very structure you longed to escape was holding more of your life together than you ever realized. So you stand at a crossroads. The resignation letter drafted in your mind. The open road beckoning. But a new, colder question forms. If you quit, what next? And if you don't quit, how does this knowledge, this secret wealth, change the way you walk into that office every day? Does it empower you? Or does it make the mundane even more unbearable? 1 million. A key that unlocks a door. But are you prepared for what's on the other side? Or the unsettling discovery that perhaps, just perhaps, the room you were so desperate to leave wasn't a prison, but merely a waiting room for a life you hadn't yet figured out how to build, money or no money? The question isn't just if you'd quit. It's what happens after the triumphant exit, when the cheering stops and you're alone with your freedom and the quiet, insistent whisper of, "Now what?"